Good morning, everyone. I am Dhruti from Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering from CSCI Department, Bengaluru. Today, I will give a small presentation on typical CNN. CNN, which refers to the convolutional neural networks. Let's move to the introduction of a typical CNN. Introduction to CNN architecture. Convolutional neural networks are a type of deep neural network designed for processing structured grid data such as images. CNN are widely used in computer vision tasks such as image recognition, object detection, and image segmentation. The architecture of a CNN typically consists of convolutional layers, pooling layers, and fully connected layers. Convolutional layers are the building blocks of a CNN and are responsible for extracting features from input data. Each convolutional layer applies a set of filters to the input data to detect patterns and features. The output of a convolutional layer is called a feature map, which represents the presence of different features in the input data. So, as we can see in the image, which is having layer 1, layer 2, and classifier, and we have given the input, and we are going to get the feature map, and again, we are going to get the feature map and passing through the layer 2 and layer 3. That is the classifier. So here it says it is basically meant for processing all the grid data which will be in the form of a matrix such as the images. It is having various applications like image recognition, object detection, and image segmentation, and it includes many layers. So it is basically every layer is connected to each others, and it is responsible for taking the features from the input data. For example, if you give the image and it is going to pick the features or extract the features from those image, and you're going to apply the filters to the input data so that you can detect the patterns or extract the features from them. And whatever the output we get from each convolutional layer is referred to as a feature map, and that is going to represent the different features which are present in that image or that input what we have given, or the input data. Convolutional layers. You're going to have input layers, hidden layer, output layer. Hidden layers. It's the layer in which we give input to our model. The number of neurons in this layer is equal to the total number of features in our data. Hidden layer. The input from the input layer is then fed into the hidden layer. There can be many hidden layers depending on our model and data size. Each hidden layer can have different number of neurons, which are generally greater than the number of features. The output of each layer is computed by matrix multiplication of the output of the previous layer with learnable weights of that layer, and then by the addition of learnable biases followed by activation function which makes the network nonlinear. Then output layer from the hidden layer is then fed into a logistic function like a sigmoid or a softmax, which converts and get the probability score of each class. So these are the main three layers which we can see in convolutional layers: input layers, hidden layers, and the output layers, as we can see to our left of the presentation, which includes the input layer, hidden layers. So hidden layers can have many number of layers, more than one or more layer, and output layer. Every neuron is connected to every other neuron in the layer. So this is the way the convolution layers are being found. CNN architecture. The convolutional layer applies filters to the input image to extract the features. The pooling layer downsamples the image to reduce the computation, and the fully connected layer makes the final prediction. The network learns the optimal filters through backpropagation and gradient descent. Pooling layers are used to downsample the feature maps generated by the convolutional layers. Common pooling operations include max pooling and average pooling, which reduce the spatial dimensions of the feature maps. Pooling helps to make the network more robust to variations in the input data and reduces the computational complexity of the network. As we can see the diagram here. We have given an input, that is the digit 2 number. The first is the convolution layer, which we have the kernel, and next we move to the max pooling. Those are the channels, and convolution layer 2. That is, again we move to the max pooling. Then we move to the fully connected layer, and then again a fully connected layers, and it is going to predict any one of the output here, and we give 10 different classes to predict to which class it belongs to. How convolutional layer works. Convolutional neural networks, or convex, are neural networks that share their parameters. Imagine you having the length, width, dimension of the image, and height, that is the channel, as images generally have red, green, and blue channels. Now imagine taking a small patch of this image and running a small kernel neural network called as a filter or a kernel on it, with say k outputs and representing them vertically. Now slide that neural network across the whole image. As a result, we will get another image with different widths, heights, and depths instead of just R, G, and B channels. Now we have more channels but lesser width and height. This operation is called convolution. If the patch size is the same as that of the image, it will be a regular neural network. Because of this small patch, we have fewer weights. Layers to build convolution. A complete convolution neural network's architecture is also known as convex. Convex is a sequence of layers, and every layer transforms one volume to another through a differentiable function. Types of layers, datasets. Let's take an example by running a convex of an image of dimension 32 cross 32 cross 3. Input layers. It's the layer in which we give input to our model. In CNN, generally, the input will be an image or a sequence of images. This layer holds the raw input of the image with width 32, height 32, and depth 3. Convolution layers. This is the layer which is used to extract the feature from the input data set. It applies a set of learnable filters, which are known as kernels, to the input images. The filters or the kernels are small matrices, usually 2 cross 2 or 3 cross 3 or 5 cross 5 shape. It slides over the input data and computes the dot product of them and with the weights associated, and we going to get the corresponding input patch. Activation layer. By adding an activation function to the output of the preceding layer, activation layers add non-linearity to the network. It will apply an element-wise activation function to the output of the convolution layer. Some common activation functions are ReLU, that is max of 0, x, and tanh, leaky ReLU, etc. The volume remains unchanged, hence output volume will have dimensions 32 cross 32 cross 12. Pooling layer. This layer is periodically inserted in the convex, and its main function is to reduce the size of the volume, which makes the computation fast, reduces memory, and also prevents overfitting. Two common types of pooling layers are max pooling and average pooling. If we use a max pool with 2 cross 2 filters and stride 2, the resultant volume will be dimension 16 cross 16 cross 12. Then we can see some of the applications for this. So CNNs have numerous applications beyond image recognition, including object detection, facial recognition, and medical image analysis. They have also been used in autonomous vehicles, surveillance systems, and NLPs. CNN continued to drive advancements in AI and a key technology in deep learning landscape. Natural language processing, which, while primarily used for image data, CNNs can also be applied to text data. Generative applications. CNNs can be used to generate new images or modify the existing ones. This includes tasks like image in painting, filling in missing parts of an image, style transfer, transferring the artistic style, and many more. And some of the advantages: good at detecting patterns, features in images, videos, and audio signals, robust to translation, rotation, scaling, and invariance, end-to-end training, no need for manual feature extraction, can handle large amounts of data and achieve high accuracy. Computationally expensive to train and require a lot of memory, can be prone to overfitting if not enough data or proper regularization is used. Requires large amounts of label data. Interpretability is limited. It's hard to understand what the network has learned. So these are some of the disadvantages which includes. Thank you.